Rose Coleman back with another stamping video. Today I want to feature another stamp set from the Sale-A-Bration 2018 catalog, and it's called Lots of Lavendar, and it's on page 8 of the Sale-A-Bration brochure right here. It's another two-step stamp, so we've got some images here with the backgrounds that can be stamped over top. So I'm just going to get right started and show you my card today. Here's the stamp set, and it's another photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to be using all of the ones, yes, all the ones at the bottom here, all of these stamps, and I'm just going to get started and show you what I've got. I've got a piece of smoky slate cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just going to put that aside for a second. I have a piece of Wisteria Wonder, and it's been cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I've actually embossed it already off camera with our new, I believe this one is called Stripes. It's in the Occasions catalog. So it's another 6 by 6 folder for the big shot. So I've already went ahead and done that on the Wisteria Wonder piece, and I'm going to go ahead and on my card, I'm going to add this. Now, I want to point out that the embossing folder, there's the bumps pointing up, and you can also do it with the bumps pointing in. And I think for my card today, I'm going to do mine this way. So I want my bumps to point in. So depending on the folder that you're using and the card that you're making, you can change it up. I love the different looks. So I'm just going to mount this on here. That'll be my background. Oops. My background layer, if I can do this straight. Let's see, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna set that aside for a second. I have another piece of Whisper White that measures 1 3/4 by 4 inches, okay? So this is where I'm gonna do my stamping. So I'm gonna bring in my Memento ink. And I love Memento. It's a nice ink. It cleans off the photopolymer very nicely. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Actually, with this one, I was playing with it earlier, and because it's such a big stamp, I do like to lay my stamp down and take the ink pad and ink it from the top, okay? And that gives me more control. I can take a look and see that I've got ink in the center of that big stamp. And I do have my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath here, because you definitely want to use that when you're using photopolymer. I'm just going to stamp straight down and straight up. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so I am done with Memento for now. So I'm just going to put that aside. Now, to add color to my stamp, I'm going to bring in this background piece here, this stamp, this big one, and I want that to be in my Wisteria Wonder. So I'm just going to ink that up a couple of times in Wisteria Wonder. And this is the beauty of photopolymer, is that you can see right through to the image underneath, and you can go over top and add that color, and it looks awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that. Now, there is also in this stamp set, there's other stamps that you can use for two-step stamping. So there's the bow, there's some more of these little leaves, there's even the stem. So I've got those all mounted. Let's start with the stem. I'm just going to use some soft suede and ink that up, and same idea, come on in here and have a look, and there we go. So I've got the brown stalks from the lavender sticking down, so I'm done with that. Close that up. The bow on my bunch of lavender, I'm going to use a sweet sugar plum. So just got my bow here. I'm just going to ink that up and come on over top. I love two-step stamping. It's so easy and it turns out so beautiful. I also have Pear Pizzazz ink. I'm going to ink up the leaves on this side of my image, and I'm just going to come on in here over top and add some green. And over here there's a couple of leaves, so I've got that one mounted, and that one can be just like that. And there we have it. There's my image. Love how easy that is to stamp. And you come up with a really nice image. Okay, so I'm ready to mount that. Now I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz that measures 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. So just a 1/8 inch border around there. So just gonna add some adhesive onto my pair of pizzazz. Whoops. And just mount that right over top, leaving that 1/8 inch border all the way around. There we go. And I've actually, I have some striped gauze grain ribbon in sweet sugar plum color. Now that was supposed to go on to my Wisteria Wonder piece. And I'm wondering if I haven't pressed it down. Yes, I can. I can lift that up. Yay! Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more adhesive on here. I'm gonna bring in my ribbon and I'm just gonna attach it at the back on that adhesive, and I'm gonna come down and attach it here at the bottom. And I did make a little boo-boo, and I think I made a little tear in my card. Oh well, it's okay. It'll be fine. Handmade is not perfect, right? But I think it'll be fine. Once I get the card stuck down, I can cover up my little boo-boo. Okay, so let's bring it back in our card and put this front piece on, just like that. There we go. Now I'm ready to put this onto my card. I'm gonna bring in my dimensionals. Now, these are the regular size dimensionals, and I just wanna get 4 of them and put them on the corners. You know that we have 2 sizes of dimensionals. We have these regular ones, and we now have the little tiny mini ones. I love the little mini ones. They're great for little tiny images that you have where you don't want to use a big dimensional. We used to have to cut them. Now we don't have to do that anymore. We have mini ones, so that's great. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that right on top of my ribbon like that. The only thing missing from my card now is a greeting. So I am going to use, there's a brand new stamp set in the Occasions catalog called Fruit Basket, and this Happy Birthday to You up here, I thought I always need birthday cards. The Lots of Lavendar doesn't have a greeting, so it can be whatever you want. You can use this stamp set for thank you, birthday, thinking of you, the list goes on and on. So I'm gonna pull in, because I want to play with my new stuff, so I'm gonna pull in this happy birthday. So I've got some scrap cardstock here, and I've got that stamp mounted, and I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna pull in that sweet sugar plum, and I'm gonna stamp that on my scrap cardstock. Now, one of my favorite punches to use for greetings is the classic label punch. So I'm gonna pull, and that happy birthday fits in it nicely. So I'm gonna stamp the happy birthday, and I'm coming over close to the edge. And I know the happy birthday to you doesn't fit, but I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pop that out, excuse me, and then I'm gonna slide, I've got my punched out piece, and can you see what I'm doing? I'm just gonna come a little closer here. So I'm gonna slide that into my punch, into that slot there. If I can get it in. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna slide that in, just like that. I'm just gonna go past the T to the Y there, and I'm gonna pop that out. So now you can make your greeting smaller if you want to. So now this is where the mini glue dots, these little tiny glue dots, sorry, mini dimensionals come in handy. So I'm gonna use one of those on this side of my greeting. And because the other side is raised already, I don't need a dimensional because it's gonna be sitting flat. So I put fast fuse on that side, and I'm gonna attach it there and there. And there we have it, my simple card using Wisteria Wonder and as a lavender. That's a really nice, almost lavender color. Whoops. And my Lots of Lavendar stamp set. So I hope you like my card today, and if you're interested in Sale-A-Bration, you should check out all of the free things that you can get in this brochure. And we have till the end of March, but you don't want to delay. You want to be playing with these things and having fun with them as soon as you can. Take care, everybody, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.